Hello again to another episode of Oklahoma City Police Department's Close Calls, a series that highlights the good work officers do either by saving someone's life or removing themselves from danger just in the nick of time. In today's episode, we're here in downtown Oklahoma City, getting to sit down with Sergeant Brandon McDonald. Now, we have to warn you, the circumstances surrounding Sergeant McDonald's close call are hard to hear. Viewer discretion is advised. Man, it's great seeing you. It's great catching up. Thank you for sitting down with me and talking to me about your close call.
Good figure.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Where are you actually working now on the department?
I'm assigned to the traffic safety unit.
Where were you at before then?
During this time, I was working third shift, which is the overnight shift. I had 7 days.
9:30 at night to 7:30. What time? Tell me a little bit about this. Just tell me about the story.
It was a Wednesday night. A call for service came out way out east. It was a trouble unknown call. The calling party's stepfather was there. There was a strange vehicle in the driveway, and her mother had been missing.
So it was strange circumstances.
Yes. I get out. I walk to the house. There's a van kind of backed up inside this carport. I walk up to the door, the main door, and I can hear a man and a woman arguing. I can hear a woman's voice telling the man, leave, just leave the house. I've been on many of these calls where it's usually like some kind of domestic situation where the woman's telling the man to leave.
Oftentimes police officers, before they actually knock on the door, they take a moment to try to piece together what's happening. Is that where your mind was at that point?
Yes. I was like listening, seeing what I could hear. I kept telling her over and over, telling him to leave. And then at one point, the man replied like, listen, I'm starting to get agitated here. So I was like, all right, then it's time to knock. So I didn't want it to escalate, so I went ahead and knocked on the door. And within a matter of a few seconds, the door opens. He had a gun in his hand. He immediately raised the gun up and began firing at me. Oh, shit! I fell back on my training experience, trying to move out of the way, and I actually fell on my back. And I remember the suspect exiting the house as he's advancing on me and still firing.
What was your response at that point?
My response was I was in a fight for my life. As soon as I fell to the ground, without thinking, my training, I drew my service weapon and returned fire. When the suspect fell to the ground, I got back on my feet, still knowing that he's a threat. And then I had a second individual come to the door who was later identified as the suspect's brother. I actually called him out of the house and put him down on the ground. And I could still hear people inside the house yelling that they had been shot. And someone inside the house that had been shot. So now I'm trying to get firing into there and just basically just kind of holding what I got until I had backup.
What did you all learn from that moment?
At this point, I had the suspect who was later determined to be deceased, the deceased brother who was out there, who I was still holding at gunpoint, and there was 3 victims inside the house. Once we started getting everyone out of the house, they were saying the suspect and the suspect's brother were trying to kill them and that they had shot the young lady inside the house and they had shot her mother. The suspect's brother told me that I would find a deceased body inside the van. So I take a peek in there and later determined that was the mother that had been missing for about 3 days.
The same individual that attempted to take your life later learned to be the main suspect and the person responsible ultimately for killing the victim that was found inside the van.
Yes. They had wrapped the mother up in a tarp, put her in the back of the van, along with all the furniture that had any kind of like blood splatter or anything else on it. They were getting rid of anything that had evidence on it. When his stepdaughter and 2 of her friends came, just shy of 3 o'clock in the morning to check on Mom.
And thankfully, she did. Because of that phone call from the out-of-state sibling, you all responded and disrupted whatever plans that were being made by those suspects at that point. The things they had already done and prevented, your door knock prevented what they were planning to do.
Yes. And what they were planning to do was pretty much kill everyone. About a week later, I got to talk to the young lady who survived, and she had told me that as she and her 2 friends proceed inside the house, her stepdaddy comes up behind her and shoots her in the face twice at point blank range, almost like just point blank. The 2 brothers, they were just discussing about shooting her again, shooting the 2 guys, leaving no witnesses behind, and ditching the bodies in some lake.
Our series is Close Calls, and so in more than one way, there were a few close calls this night, including your life as well as the lives of others that you were able to intercede and save that night.
What you might believe a routine call is can turn deadly in a matter of like seconds. So you never know what's going on the other side of that door. When you knock on there, you just don't know what's on the other side.
I really appreciate you sharing your story with us. I'm so glad for you to be able to adapt, overcome, and survive that encounter and save those lives. I know they're appreciative. It's not always an easy thing to talk about, but I really thank you for coming out and sharing your story.
Thanks for having me.
Sergeant McDonald was able to save several other lives that night he responded to this residence. The Oklahoma City Police Department created the Reality-Based Training Unit in 2021. Although Oklahoma City officers have been going through reality-based scenarios for several years now, trying to prepare officers for situations just like this one. Sergeant McDonald also shares his story with new officers in hopes that it reminds them that no call is routine, and you never know what will happen once that door opens. That's all for now. We'll see you on the next Close Calls.